Do like, subscribe and share our channel. Cricket World Cup is one of the major tournaments in the world of sports. Many fans around the world is anticipating for this tournament. 2019 World Cup is going to be 12th edition in the series of Cricket World Cup. England and Wales are hosting the tournament for the fifth time. This most anticipating event will going to start on 30th of May to 14th of July. Before we talk about 2019 World Cup, let us have a look upon the past World Cup history. I know most of you are not that much interested in it, but we are not going into detail of it. Just an overview to those people who have interest can get a glimpse of it and a revision for those who already know. First World Cup was hosted by England in 1975. The final match was played between Australia and West Indies, and West Indies won that World Cup. Second World Cup was also held in England in 1979, and the final was played between England and West Indies, and again West Indies was the winner. Third edition of Cricket World Cup was also hosted by England in 1983. World Cup final was played between West Indies and India for the very first time won the World Cup in the history of cricket. Fourth Cricket World Cup edition was held in India and Pakistan in 1987. Final was played between England and Australia won the World Cup for the very first time. Fifth World Cup was hosted by New Zealand and Australia in 1992. England and Pakistan reached the final, and Pakistan in the history of cricket won the World Cup for the very first time. Sixth edition of Cricket World Cup hosted by India, Pakistan and Sri Lanka in 1996. Final match was played between Sri Lanka and Australia. Sri Lanka for the first time won the Cricket World Cup. Seventh edition of Cricket World Cup was held in England in 1999. Australia and Pakistan reached the final and Australia won the World Cup. 2003 Eighth edition of Cricket World Cup hosted by Kenya, Zimbabwe and South Africa, and Australia won the final by beating India. Cricket World Cup was held in West Indies. Sri Lanka and Australia reached the final and Australia won the 2007 World Cup. 2011 Cricket World Cup was hosted by India, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. India and Sri Lanka reached the final and India won the World Cup for the second time. Last Cricket World Cup was held in Australia and New Zealand in 2015. Australia and New Zealand reached the final and Australia won that World Cup. Now, 2019 Cricket World Cup is going to happen in England and Wales. We will see which team going to lift the cup in the final. So for that we have to wait till 14th of July. Now let's look at the shape and design of all the past Cricket World Cup trophies. 1975 World Cup was the first edition of World Cup series. Each side played 60 over game. All the team wore white dress as a jersey and West Indies won the World Cup by beating Australia. In this picture Clive Lloyd holding a winning trophy, it is needless to say he had an excellent team that could destroy most sides on any given day. But the leadership provided by Lloyd was a key element. Second edition of World Cup again won by West Indies under Clive Lloyd captaincy. 60 over game was played with white jersey by all teams in the World Cup. Trophy design was same as in 1975 World Cup. First time India in 1983 won the World Cup. In the final under Kapil Dev's leadership, India shocked the world by defeating the favourite to West Indies in the final. First three editions of Cricket World Cup series have the same design of trophy. 1987 Australia won the World Cup despite not being favourite under the leadership of Alan Border. But his young side produced excellent performance to lift Australia's first World Cup trophy. First time 50 overs World Cup was introduced. 1987 World Cup trophy looked like this. 1992 World Cup was most interesting one, not because of the results but because first time team have colorful jerseys. Pakistan won this World Cup under Imran Khan leadership. In this picture Imran Khan lifting 1992 World Cup trophy. In 1996 Sri Lanka won the World Cup for the first time under captain Arjuna Ranatunga, and he is holding the World Cup trophy in this. Under new captain Steve Waugh, Australia won 1999 World Cup. Since 1999 World Cup till now, World Cup trophy design remains same. In 2003, again Australia won the World Cup under Ricky Ponting leadership. Trophy design remained the same as in 1999 World Cup. Again in 2007 World Cup won by Australia under Ricky Ponting leadership and design of the trophy remained the same. India lifted the 2011 World Cup under Mahendra Singh Dhoni leadership. Trophy design as you can see is same as World Cup trophy since 1999. Last World Cup of 2015 was again won by Australia under Michael Clarke leadership. As we look at design of World Cup trophy, we can say since 1999 to 2015 there are two things common. One, they all are of same design, and second thing, except for 2011 World Cup, rest of all the World Cup from 1999 to 2015 won by Australia. Seems like this trophy design is really lucky for Australia as they have won for 4 times. 2019 World Cup trophy looks same in design as of 1999 World Cup trophy. Let's see if this time again it will be lucky for Australia or any other team going to get it. In this World Cup we will see 48 one-day international matches and they will follow round robin format. In round robin format, each team will play one match against each other team. So every team have equal chances to face tough and weak team and every team get a chance to face same team as opponent. Before this format was used in 1992 World Cup. So this is all for now as it was first chapter of the Cricket World Cup 2019 series. In coming days we are going to discuss about each team's score, weather, match venue and many more things. So stay tuned to us.